If you don't know me, my name's Craig Hatch. I am your president and CEO of the your proud president and CEO of the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, and very excited to be here today. Today we are celebrating the life and the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, and I want to thank you for coming and supporting that and being a part of it today.
I am really proud to be here representing AARP as we reflect on the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. and the community here in Jackson. It's no surprise to me that the city of Jackson has Martin Luther King Boulevard running through the heart of the city. The Martin Luther King Equality Trail and the King Center is a hub of activity here in Jackson. Dr. King was a man of service who dedicated his entire life to uplifting and empowering his community and those around him.
Today I want to challenge you with something, okay? I want to challenge you to leave here not the same as you came here. I want to challenge you to leave here and be about the work. Be about the work that Dr. Martin Luther King stood for, lived for, and died for. Be about the work past just this weekend, okay? I'm imploring you to be about the work. At Barrett High School in Philadelphia on October 26, 1967, Dr. Martin Luther King gave a speech that he called, "What's in Your Life's Blueprint?" In that speech, at the very end, he said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Keep moving forward the work of equity. Keep moving forward the work of equality. Keep moving forward the work of inclusion. Keep moving forward.
Dr. King in 1963 first gave his I Have a Dream speech in Detroit on the Walk to Freedom. I have a dream, you know the words, powerful speech, repeated in history. The speech went so well that in that same year in August, on a great march to freedom in Washington, D.C. in front of the Lincoln Memorial, he gave that speech. You guys know the word. I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up. Behind this creed, all men are created equal. You know it. I have a dream that one day my 4 children will be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. You guys know the word. That was the dream. Sometime between 1963 and 1966, Dr. King made another statement. He said the difference between a dreamer and a visionary is that a dreamer has his eyes closed and a visionary has his eyes open.
Dr. King realized by not putting off responsibilities, but by looking to the facts of our lives and of our own characters in the face, we could break down what I would like to refer to today as a collective illusion. So, a collective illusion essentially is what the Salem witch hunts were, a social lie, like segregation, which Dr. King also recognized was a social lie. Dr. King challenged the collective illusion that most Southerners were okay with segregation, and in doing so, he brought about worldwide change. The collective illusion for the South were whites who were afraid to speak up about unequal rights and segregation, simply because they believed everyone else in the group wouldn't feel the same. When the truth was, the group just needed to be challenged.
Most recently, as you all know, I recently retired from the National Football League, a long-time childhood dream of mine to pursue a greater cause. And in this, I began to realize the same thing that Dr. Martin Luther King kind of began to realize, right? As I was looking and getting advised by some of my advisors, as I was praying, as I was meditating about this decision, a common theme kept sticking out to me, right? It's not just about me. Right? If I have a greater calling, if I have a greater purpose, if I believe in something greater than myself, how could it be about me? And that's what Dr. Martin Luther King's dream was. It was I have a dream, but it was nothing about I. It was everything about somebody else. It was everything about what he believed in, everything about what he stood for. And I believe that those type of men, those type of African American role models, like my father, right, who's willing to take risks and take chances to put his kids in advantageous positions. Like my mother, who's willing to stay up all night in prayer and fasting, asking God, have mercy on my son, save my son, change my son, soften his heart. Don't just make him a good football player, make him a good person, make him fall in love with you. Those type of sacrifices were selfless. And I believe mine, hopefully, when it's all said and done, will fall on the same lines and hopefully have the same type of impact on other people's lives.
He dreamed of an equal opportunity for every brother, for every color, and every man. It's because of Martin Luther King we sing.
Our time has come.
Your labor is not in vain.
What your work has done.
We've come so far. We've come so far.
Along.
But we gotta keep moving on.
Still moving on.
May the Lord bless you. And may the Lord keep you. And may the Lord's face shine upon you as you go forward in your promised land.